What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hakamadi NC, and thank you for checking out our Attitude Years Season 3 series recap. We are one night removed from WrestleMania 2000, which you can check the recap out in our archives. Today, we're covering Raw Is War from April 3rd, 2000, live in Los Angeles, California. And to kick off Raw, Shane McMahon comes out. He basically apologizes to Vince and says that he's so proud to be his son, and he wants to fight The Rock tonight. After he makes that statement, WWF Champion Triple H and WWF Women's Champion Stephanie McMahon Helmsley come out. Stephanie basically says that she'll never forgive The Rock for what he did to her. She's only 135 pounds. She did slap The Rock, but she didn't deserve to get a rock bottom in people's elbow. Triple H says that that's his wife, and he wants to fight The Rock because things are personal now. Vince McMahon then comes out and he hugs Stephanie, shakes hands with Triple H, and hugs Shane. Vince says that The Rock is just like you people. You will never be a star. And one of the McMahon family members is going to take on The Rock tonight, and they will drive him out of the WWF and make him do what he's meant to do, and that's wait on tables. Vince doesn't explain why he turned on The Rock at Mania, but we're just going to assume that he is trying to help out his family and make things better. Next, we have WWF European Champion Chris Jericho with Chyna defending against Eddie Guerrero. Before the match, Eddie talks to Chyna and says, Mamacita, I know you're here because you want my Latino Heat. During the match, Jericho lands a back suplex, and then Eddie slams Jericho into the railing. Jericho accidentally hits the referee and lands a lion slot. Chyna counts to 3. But then she DTs Jericho and lays Eddie Guerrero on top of him, and we have a new WWF European Champion and Eddie Guerrero after Eddie hugs Chyna, and it looks like Eddie and Chyna are now an item, and Chyna does want some of that Latino heat. Stephanie's backstage with Vince, and she wants Vince to allow Triple H to take on The Rock to defend her honor tonight. Vince says he'll think about it. We have DX Satori taking on TNA with Trish Stratus. Tech slams X-Pac with a jackhammer slam. Road Dogg backdrops Test to the floor. X-Pac lands an X Factor to Albert, and DX gets the victory. And this basic tag match actually had no anger purpose other than just these fighting. We see Kurt Angle put Howard Finkel in a cross-face chicken wing after Howard Finkel explains that Kurt Angle did lose both of his titles at WrestleMania. Shane is backstage. He tells Vince he wants to fight The Rock. We then have WWF Intercontinental Champion Chris Benoit defending against Tazz. Benoit applies a sharpshooter early on in the match. Tazz applies a Tazz mission. Perry Saturn comes out and Tazz superplexes Perry to the mat, but that allows Benoit to hit Tazz with a German suplex bridge, and Chris Benoit retains the Intercontinental title. Big Show is seen backstage talking to Shane McMahon. He tells Shane that he's a superstar and he's going to cut loose and be famous. Next up, we have WWF Tag Team Champions Edge and Christian coming out. Edge says, last night we became Tag Team Champions in the most fantastic match of all time. We were great as we were. And Christian goes, we were really great. Edge says, yeah, we really were great. We need great opponents. They call out the Hardy Boys. Edge says, pick those chins up. You did a great job last night. Christian says, there's no problem being third best. And then the Dudley Boys come out. Edge and Christian attack the Hardys. Dudley's attack both teams, and the Dudleys hit a 3D onto Edge, and the Tag Team Champions are making enemies here tonight. Next, we see European Champion Eddie Guerrero getting into a lowrider with Chyna. They're going to have a fun night here on Monday Night Raw. Next up, Big Show takes on Rikishi with Too Cool. During the match, Rikishi super kicks Big Show. He does a stink face, and then Sky Duty hits the worm on the Big Show, allowing Big Show to get the DQ victory. Vince, Shane, and Triple H all pick sticks to find out who will fight The Rock tonight, and it ends up going to Shane McMahon. We see Big Show is on the microphone back in the ring. Big Show says, people say I'm an unstoppable monster, but there's so much more to me. I'm entertaining. I got layers upon layers. Sometimes I feel like dancing. And then the Big Show starts dancing in the ring to Too Cool's theme music, and they cut him off, and Too Cool is seen laughing at the Big Show, so Big Show ends up choke slamming Grandmaster Sexay through a table. Next up, we have Hardcore Champion Hardcore Holly defending against Crash Holly. During the match, the Acolytes come out. They attack Hardcore, and they break a candy bowl over Hardcore Holly's face, and Crash pins Hardcore Holly to become the new Hardcore Champion. After the Mean Street Posse attack Crash on the stage, but Crash is able to leave with the championship. Next up, we see Kurt Angle taking on Val Venis. Angle says, "This is one of the darkest days in history. Kids were too depressed to go to school today because I lost without being pinned both of my titles." Val ends up landing a butterfly suplex, but Kurt Angle gets the win after applying a crossface chicken wing to Val Venis here. Next up, Kane takes on Bull Buchanan with Big Boss Man. Kane gets a quick win after landing a choke slam. However, after the match, the Big Boss Man hits Kane with a nightstick. Bull and Boss Man handcuff Kane to the ring post, and then Big Boss Man Bull Buchanan smashes Kane's hand with a chair against the ring post, and it looks like Kane is going to be looking for revenge against Big Boss Man and Bull Buchanan. And we've made it to our main event here, The Rock versus Shane McMahon with Vince McMahon in his corner. During the match, Triple H gets involved. Rock hits a spinebuster to Shane. He punches Vince, and the referee goes down. Triple H pedigrees The Rock and gets a 2. Rock takes out Vince and Shane. The Rock hits a rock bottom Triple H, and The Rock gets a victory here. I don't know why he got the win, because he pinned Triple H, not Shane, but I guess it's just The Rock's victory here. Decent after episode of Raw after WrestleMania. Not a lot of crazy stuff happened here. It was cool to see Chyna finally go with Eddie Guerrero. And with the coming weeks, we're going to see more of this chaos between The Rock and the McMahon-Helmsley family. So with that, make sure you check us out on YouTube, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. And until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.